happy spring, Marlena.
It is spring.
It's really, I know, it felt really like spring today, didn't it?
I know.
In the Boston area, anyway.
And earlier in the
yeah, we had a couple thunderstorms a little later, but that's okay. But we had a good day. And actually, there's been a couple good days sprinkled in with all the crappy weather that we've been seeing lately. But that's okay.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. The weekend's coming.
TV.
First weekend of May. Oh, second weekend, really.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Mother's Day's coming up.
Yes. A lot of people getting ready for. And this is kind of like a fashionable season.
Right.
We've thrown away not thrown away, but thrown in the closet all the big puffy coats and everything else.
Away. I went spring cleaning.
Oh, did you
I was
threw
not
them away?
playing. I'm doing a deep clean in my home. I am not keeping nothing that I don't need anymore.
Really?
Yes.
That must be a lot of stuff, though.
You have to.
Yeah, well.
You got to. I mean, it only brings in new energy,
Does that make you feel like you want to go shopping too, though? When you see a lot of empty
See, that's the thing.
space in your closet?
You make room for new stuff. And then you end up buying anything, and it's just filled up again. It's abdomen. It's
that's the circle of life, I guess.
It's abdomen.
From a fashion perspective, the circle of life. You see a big giant bag in the background. I can see that too, right over
Oh my
your shoulder.
goodness, that's my work bag.
That's your work bag. Okay.
I love that bag.
I thought you probably have like 3 or 4 different outfits in there for reserve purposes.
Hey, I'm like
I wish people could see your footwear for tonight. Well, just show them what you got. Look at this girl's footwear for tonight. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Hey, we gotta, stay with the theme. It is Fashion Hour TV, so
That's
why not?
Right. Baker couldn't be here tonight, so you got me
he had
instead.
to work, make that money. I'd rather him go make something money.
Yeah, he's actually at work right now. But okay, so how's we haven't seen you in about 3 weeks?
Yes.
So what's going on?
Taking care of myself. It's busy, but it's okay to rest and take it easy. But I've been well. Family's been well. I know you've been also working on projects with the church and, staying busy. I'm
actually working on 2 different church projects right now.
Yeah.
One for a local church that's near me. And they just completed a 4-year project that I've been working on. 4 years. Seriously, yeah. There's a lot of stuff I've done for them. And then there's another project that's starting up this week, actually. It's called Hope Chapel. It's out in Sterling, Massachusetts. They're building a 500-foot sanctuary. This is totally off topic, but they're building a 500-foot sanctuary in less than, I think, 3 months because they're having volunteers coming in from all over the country.
Hey.
It's sort of like a Habitat for Humanity kind of setup where they all come in.
Hey, I'm glad that they asked you to join in on that as well.
Yeah, so I'm doing all the drone work and all that other stuff. Yeah, I do other things besides just looking pretty on a microphone. But actually, that's okay. It's good stuff, and it's good helping a lot of people, so that's cool.
Yes, awesome.
And you're working on a couple other projects to yourself, right? Not to mention the fact Nouveau Networking.
Yes.
We got a lot of stuff going on for Nouveau Networking.
Well, not only with Nouveau Networking, today, Nouveau Networking is...
Yeah, we'll be back with Nouveau Networking.
Yeah, we'll touch base on Nouveau Networking, but Nouveau was in the MCC, Middlesex Community College in Lowell today, and we spoke about mental health, putting yourself first.
There you go.
And one of the wellness counselors that we were like this, how this started is that I used to go in her office without having an appointment and just talk her ear off. She's like, I would interrogate her. What do you think about this? What do you think about Marlena? You should really book an appointment. We've been here for like 2 hours already. I'm like, but miss, I just want to talk to you. But as far as when it comes to the events, what Nouveau's doing, what Performer's doing, she got really inspired and enriched with the story that we, what we do with others and the background of what I do and what Performer does and Nouveau, everything that we touch base on. And she wanted me to talk to almost like 30 students that were in the room.
Oh, great. That's amazing.
And we had one therapist, a professional, another professional, and someone that also advocates. So he goes out in the field and brings people that are struggling with addiction or homelessness, and he helps them get on their feet essentially. So it was very empowering. It got me, got my feet moving for my start of my day when I went to go with the kids working with the kids today. So
Right.
we did some Mother's Day projects today. That was exciting. We had some volunteers from a manufacturing company. So we had volunteers working in different departments in the club. So it was a very productive day. And then we're here at Fashion Hour. We have some phenomenal guests that I'm very excited to talk to.
Before we go to the guests, I just want to let them know that Nouveau is not just about networking. It's about networking for professionals.
Exactly.
Okay, for photographers, models, designers, musicians, artists, all the types of people that are in this industry that could use each other's services. Makeup artists, hairstylists, you name it, everybody's welcome. So go check out the website, find out what's going on.
It's not only that. If you're looking for, educational, we tie education with entertainment. So we want to be able to give you services that help you in your field, right? Whether if you are a photographer, we have places that you can shoot content other than finding, I don't know where to go, or I don't know what to, shoot about, or, take photos of. We have spots for you. If you're a makeup artist and you want to be able to work on some faces, we have people or opportunities that you can get in and experience, either an event, either an organization, whatever floats your boat. I mean, all you have to do is ask, and you never know what can work out for you.
There you go. All right. So now we got our guests, right?
Yes.
Do you want to introduce them?
Hey, I mean, they are introduced themselves. Like, let's bring on Vava and Elizabeth.
Okay, hold on. We'll bring them on right a second. Here we go. There we go.
Yes.
Yay!
Woo! Yes. And they're stylish, so I'm so happy to know that they walked in on Fashion Hour TV looking very fashionable.
Unlike me. Whoops, hold on. We got to put his mic up. There we go. There you go, Vava. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We can hear you.
I mean, I can't compete with this beautiful lady, so I'm trying to be just a little bit closer.
Better you than me. So that's you're higher up on the scale than I am. Especially look at the way he's dressed with that. That's okay.
I love the brooch.
First of all,
you got to show the brooch. You got to show the brooch.
The brooch there.
Yes.
Look at that. Okay, there we go. So what kind of color? I'd call it purple, but is there a specific type of color in the purple family that is?
That's aubergine.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
The purple. This like the regular purple. It's something like really casual. It's not too fancy, but more casual purple. So.
Casual purple? Okay, all right.
When he walked in, I called him Prince. It almost gives me that royal vibe.
That's right.
It does look a little like that, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the sunshine.
you can't miss Elizabeth's outfit there.
Made by Vava.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Okay, cool.
Absolutely. Gotta represent.
That's a good summer color. Let's be honest. Wearing that in the winter, you're going to blind people because half the day is dark. No, okay. So describe the outfit. What's going on with that?
Well, why don't we have the designer describe?
Well, with this look, I just wanted to create something really summer color, but not only that, but elegant. So it's like a little bit of top skirts, but not too long. Very summer elegance, not too flashy, but also elegance. So
and always with the slit.
Yes. I see the ruffles, so you can definitely see the ruffles on the dress, and it does open up a little bit in the center, so it is very beautiful. I would wear that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would definitely wear that.
So the reason you two are here tonight, you two are kind of partners in a very unique venture.
That's right.
And you had your first event last year in November, right before our Boston Fashion Awards.
Yes.
And let's show them what the event was. The Boston Fashion Icons. This is another upcoming event, but you had the Boston Fashion Icons event, which was in November. It was the first annual, I guess you could call it that.
Yes.
And what made you come up with this idea about honoring people that had made some noise in the Boston area fashion industry?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. We are Elizabeth and I. We're definitely blessed to be part of this amazing TV program. I mean, I can't believe it's take you like 5-10 years to invite me finally.
No, it's true.
I was supposed to be a long time ago. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. I'm super excited. But speaking of the Icon event, I know when I got introduced to the Boston fashion scene, I was welcomed with open arms, right? And throughout the years, I got to know everybody. I got to know how things works. And I told myself, this legend, these icons, people that actually paved the way for all of us to be here, they don't get recognized. And what can I do to change that? And that's why the Boston Fashion Icon came about. It wasn't about making money. It wasn't about be famous or about give this icon, these legends, the dues, the flowers, and that's what this was pretty much all about.
Hey, you had to be there. You had to be there to experience what it was like to be in front of, you talk about legends, you're talking about people that paved the way. That also resonates with me. I personally can say I didn't know anything. When you go back to history, everything is recycled.
Right.
Someone new is coming out with something, but they didn't just get that from anybody.
Right.
They got that from somebody.
Right.
So, when you are someone that cares and, in the industry, passionate about their work, and you are a fashion designer, so I'm sure people get inspired by you.
Absolutely.
And want to be able to work with you and see how they can get in this game. So, I mean, what I know, did you want to ask him another question, Mike? Or
No, you keep rolling. You're good.
Okay, great. But what made you get into designing? A family member inspired you, or were you someone that just used to play with fabrics and like, how does this look on me?
When I was younger, a little boy, my grandfather used to be someone who was very, very stylish. This man, he used to wear all white socks, white shoes, white everything every single day. So I was always asking myself, like, why did this man always dress in white? But eventually I realized that that's his style. That's how he liked to be represented. So after he passed away, I was kind of see myself loving clothes and like to dress up and showing up. So as I was going through my journey as a young man, every time I put on an outfit and I go out, people always ask me, Vava, where did you get that from? So I told myself, okay, instead of me just, representing somebody else, how can I create my own brand?
Right.
But by doing so, I wanted to create something that represents my family legacy.
Right.
So that's why the Vava Zadi came about. Vava Zadi is actually named after my grandmother. So I wanted to create something that not only represents her legacy, but every piece that I create represents her strength and her beauty. So that's what the fashion came about.
I'm pretty sure that makes you understand your why all the time.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why I always got to push it harder, because it represents something much more bigger than just me.
Yes. I mean, I can agree. I was inspired. I mean, I wanted to be a model when I was very little, but I was thinking on magazines, on like billboards and stuff like that. So being a part of productions wasn't anything that I ever thought about.
Right.
So now that I'm being able to be part of a community, I have people that are seeking mentorship.
Right.
I didn't have something like that. I mean, me and you know each other. We wanted to start a fashion show way back.
Right, that's right.
And we weren't able to do that, but that's all right. I mean, we were able to pivot. We're professionals. We can do that.
Absolutely.
However, I was able to have mentors and I became a mentee.
Right.
When I got out of high school, I had my first photographer that I worked with for my graduation photos. She's like, well, I booked her obviously to do my photos, and she told me, Marlena, you're effortless, you're natural on photos. I was like, you're just saying that because I'm pretty.
No, you are.
Absolutely,
yeah.
But it took a turn for me. Like it sparked something inside of me. Like, hold on, I could probably take this very seriously and make a career out of it. So I started working with the people around me in Lowell. I'm from Lowell. And I was just working with any photographer that wanted to work, obviously professionals. But when I was a beginner, I started working with other beginners. When I was an intermediate, I started working with other intermediates. And as I'm a professional today, I strive to work with other professionals that at least see my vision and can align with me.
Right.
But also can I collaborate and participate in other people and what they're also doing.
So the first person actually saw your natural talent.
What is it?
The first person you worked with saw your natural talent.
Right.
And then that you've built on it since then.
Yes.
And I'm sure Vava, you were the same way, right? Did someone recognize your natural talent?
No, actually.
Okay, I'm just curious because sometimes it takes another person to inspire you to move in a certain direction. No, you were self-taught, self-made.
I'm self-taught,
self-inspired.
basically, one morning I just woke up. I told my cousin at the time that I feel like I need to do something. It was like, what do you mean do something? I say, I feel like I have a calling that I can't figure out what it is, but I feel like there's something coming. And I told one of my best friends, I think 1 month after, I'm like, I'm about to start something bigger. He was like, what do you mean? I say, I don't know, but I feel like I'm about to start something much more bigger than me. And that's how the whole thing started. So I kind of knew that I had something in me that I need to put out to the world.
And you're really confident.
Very confident about it.
You're so, like, I feed off of confidence.
Thank you.
Because it's one thing, I mean, that's what, when you're a shark,
I mean, that's what
you
it
gotta
takes.
be,
That's what it takes. I mean,
you gotta be able to feed each other.
Absolutely.
You know, but I know that you and Elizabeth are,
Yes.
you know, best friends. Well, I mean,
Absolutely.
one of the closest friends that you have right now in this industry.
So when I first thought about the Boston fashion icon, the first person I spoke to about it was Elizabeth. I reached out to Elizabeth and I showed her the vision, the idea. She was like, Vava, you got something big in your hand. And I'm like, I know it's bigger, but I can't do it alone. I think this will take a village, and I want you to be part of that village. And right away, she was like, Vava, whatever you need, let's make it happen. So I'm truly grateful to have her in my corner and help me push this. Everything you guys see today on social media or all this world, I give all the credit to Elizabeth, the team. We have a beautiful team that we can mention soon. But I'm truly grateful for Elizabeth for first believing in me and believing in this project. So.
Very good.
That's amazing.
I like that.
But this is something that you came up with, you developed, and we all hitched our wagon to. So I mean, it's not all of our credit. It is a shared venture at this
Absolutely.
point, shared energy, shared everything. But this was your vision, and we all got behind the vision because it was such a great. You can't not be supportive of those who have paved the way in Boston when Boston was thought of as not fashionable at all.
At all.
Yeah.
You know, but we did have the boot mills. They were making fabrics. Like, this is very historical.
Yeah.
You know, and mentioning you, Elizabeth, you're not only Elizabeth, but you're Boston Beauty Coalition. Okay. And
Founder and owner.
founder and owner. This is her card. Okay, look at this amazing team that she has here. So if you're looking for her, that's her website on the bottom right there. And then she does have a message in the back. So it says, Boston Fashion and Beauty Community. The fashion and beauty industries in Massachusetts now have a community designed for them. Industry events, fashion and beauty thrive here. Keep up on conferences, markets, and events happening in Boston or beyond, because it doesn't just stop here. Collaborations, build partnerships to rise together. We've got enough skin types, hair needs, makeup looks, and styles to keep everyone busy.
That's right.
Learning sessions, business-focused trainings, tools, and resources specific to your industry to help you succeed. Y'all gotta hit her up. Y'all gotta see what's going on with, you know, the coalition and what they are doing. Look at, this is a well-rounded community.
I mean, to add to what you just said, I mean, that's one thing people don't really know about Elizabeth. When I first met Elizabeth, she helped me see Boston fashion in another light. Because I was, at the time when I met her, I was ready to move out of Boston. Literally.
You and everybody else.
I was like, you know what, Boston area for me, I gotta go to New York, I gotta go to LA. I was leading more towards LA, to be honest with you. And then when I met her, she was like, you don't need to go anywhere. You can do it here.
I'm glad you said that,
You know,
Elizabeth.
so, and that really
Yes.
switched my mind. It was a light bulb like went off my head. I'm like, you know what? She's absolutely right. Like, it's not about where you go. It's not about what you do and how you present yourself. You can move to LA. It might not work out for you in LA because LA is not just another town just like Boston. So it's not about how you present yourself and how you carry yourself as a brand. So you can do it from anywhere. And thank you for that.
Right.
I agree with that, and I'm so glad you stayed. I really am.
Yes.
But one of the things that Boston has that LA, New York, Miami does not have is we are small and we are community focused. This city, this state, even though we've got, spread out, we're really community focused. And so it's easier, and it's not easy, but it's easier to get a foothold here and really start to build something and get some volume going to then spread it out from here. But you can start here versus getting lost in the sea of millions in LA.
It happens every day.
Yeah.
You know, people have something great. And, you know, don't get me wrong, sometimes people feel too small here, you know, and it's okay when you have a big personality and you want to be able to, you know, see what's out there. That's fine if you want to come back. But when you're a person that, okay, for instance, performer radio and television, for example, it doesn't make sense for us to go anywhere else when this is where we were made.
Right.
We have to utilize everyone first, see what we can do about that, and help the people that we are helping now, you know, reciprocation always. And, you know, then when someone out in LA wants to help on our network, you know, I'm talking to you LAers, I'm talking to you people out there. But we're looking, you know, we want to be able to work with many networks. Don't burn me out though, because I'm not here for that. I'm here for the good and positivity.
There we go.
Positivity. But, you know, it makes sense to just stay here.
I think the internet's made everything kind of international now.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
You don't have to be in a specific location to make your career work anymore.
Agree.
With the internet, I mean, now you, Vava, you have a website.
Yes.
And you can sell on that website. Let's take a look at it, actually. And if we go down here, you can sell pretty much anywhere in the world.
Those are his products that he's advertising.
Let's take a look at it.
Hold on. Let him do the website before I start.
Okay,
I'm excited right now.
So, yeah, I mean, this is just some of the offerings on the website right there. And it looks like a variety of different items. I mean, pocketbooks, belts, fragrances, too. That's something you just recently got into, right?
That's right, yes. That's
right. Okay, cool. Actually, I think he brought a little sample for us. Hold on. Oh, let's take a look. I saw, did I see that on the table?
The model, the presenter has to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, check that out.
Right? So first, let's
well, you
get
know,
into
black
the bag.
and gold is my favorite, number one.
Right. I think he did that on purpose.
Oh, you did that for me? Thank you. Oh, nice embossing too.
Right. So now, what's my favorite part is that boom, this is his name. So you know, okay, who this is.
We gotta make that statement, you know.
Okay, and this is your grandmother's name.
That's right.
This is his grandmother's name.
That is my grandmother's name. Yes.
Yes, and let's go right into that. Oh,
boom!
Look at her. Okay, I'm gonna take her out for the audience.
Why is it a her?
She's always a her.
It's always her? Okay,
yeah.
Fine. I'll give in.
Okay.
There we go.
It's about my hand size, right? And you can fit it in the purse. So
is that a 1 ounce, 2 ounce? What is that?
You can't smell it through the screen, but.
Oh, yeah, I can smell it from here.
She smells good.
Yeah. Is that a 1 ounce or 2 ounce, Vava?
2 ounce.
2 ounce?
Wow.
Okay, 2 ounce. That's what I say.
But yes, do you have different colors of these?
No, we actually go with I do have the white bags, but I have I'm actually working on the second fragrance for December. So that's definitely for the second.
You do not disappoint. Don't play with him.
We don't play.
Don't play with him.
We mean business.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now that we've saw your website.
Where I think something else is sitting over there, isn't it?
Oh.
Actually, what
his glasses case. He has nice suede.
So you have your own line of sunglasses too?
I do have sunglasses.
Oh, put them on, Marlena. Summertime.
Put these on?
No,
you gotta be stylish.
I'm not gonna put them on, but I love the case.
Those boots are blinding me. Let me try them.
I can show you the glasses at least.
There you go. Ooh, sharp.
Okay. They do have his logo and they say Vava. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Cool.
But sorry, Michael.
I'm sorry.
But going back to Boston, I believe Boston. You got to build yourself here.
Absolutely.
You got to build. You got to be able to see what's out in front of you. Utilize who you have in front of you, and I got to use my own advice sometimes as a creative because there's just we'd say it's so small, but there's so many people
There's a lot of work you can
There's a lot.
right here in Massachusetts. There's so much work you can do right here. And that just builds the critical mass. And then it's so much easier to make an impact going out from
Right.
here. It's the nucleus. And then you just spread it out. From
We
there.
want to be able to reel people in. Okay, one thing I can say, there's a lot of holistic motivational speakers that are coming to Boston, back to Boston, because of the audience that we have. Don't get me wrong, the Celtics are here as well. So
There you go.
Maybe for a
You
couple
wanna
more
be-
days
hey.
anyway.
hey,
No, I'm not being I'm not being pessimistic.
Go Knicks though.
We got a Knicks fan in the house. Okay, we
know what I'm saying?
we can fight later.
I got two.
You got two. Okay, two Knicks fans. All right, that's fine.
but yes, I'm a.
But yeah,
or
Boston
die.
is
Yes.
such a like Elizabeth was saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a unique melting pot. Different styles, different flavors, which makes Boston a lot better than most other cities, except for maybe New York or L.A. Maybe. They also have a nice melting pot. But the variety of talent and the amount of talent. Don't forget, you got some great schools here that draw people.
I agree.
Plus just the living area itself. You know, beautiful beaches, mountains, all 4 seasons. That's a big draw for a lot of people, and that kind of gives us inspiration from a fashion designer perspective. I know I'm not a fashion designer, but the possibility of designing for 4 seasons,
Right.
rather than just one, like in Miami.
Right.
Miami's just basically
That's
hot.
too easy.
Right.
Yeah, it's hot.
Very easy.
Less clothes, whatever.
Right.
But New England, all 4 seasons you can
right.
design for. And that's just quite a challenge for a lot of people, and they love it. People like David Joseph, who've been there all their life.
I love David.
Okay, Yolanda, other people like that.
Yeah.
Okay, they've designed here all their life and been very successful.
Right.
Okay, so the just because it's Boston and not New York doesn't mean anything. You can still be very creative here.
Absolutely.
And now with the
Right.
international
Absolutely.
connections you can make,
Right.
you don't need to be anywhere else.
No.
You really don't.
Hey, I'm
So,
speaking to my generation. My generation, we're
They
pretty
need to
stubborn.
learn.
A little bit, they're pretty stubborn. But I feel like it goes back to the educational realm, academic, you know, like where you go to a nice school out here and then you go somewhere else, right? For instance. So I believe, you know,
Well, actually, even with schools, Marlena, you got Rhode Island School of Design, Mass Art, LaSalle.
where do they go?
all great
they
schools
Go, they go
for
to like
fashion.
the more places that are congested and have the most, you know, trends and stuff like that. So what do you think? The most two that comes on top of my head is New York and LA.
Right.
You know, and I hear it all the time. And it doesn't end. I mean, for one instance, you were about to move.
Right.
Do you see yourself in New
you know
York
what,
though?
if you have your eyes set on
Right.
New York or LA or Milan, if you want to shoot that high, or Paris, you still have to start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere.
You
That's
go.
the word.
And if you start here and you learn here, you learn the basics and the foundation, you're in a much better position to move somewhere else because you've already learned the structure, the basics, and you can build from there
Mm-hmm.
in another location. If you go there blindly, you're going to have a lot more work ahead of you.
Not gonna have nobody to talk
And-
to or help you out.
true, probably.
Also, what do we get? Something we definitely gotta think about is the fact that we all talking about New York and LA and Milan, but at the end of the day, people build those fashion city up to
Right.
make it what it is today. And I believe we can do the same here, right?
We are.
We can bring all these big names here in Boston.
Yes.
We, the people in Boston, gotta think about that. You know what I'm saying? And try to work towards that. Because we can always say, let me go to New York, let me go to LA. But at the end of the day, you live in your city. Because New York didn't become New York overnight. It takes some work, it takes some people to actually come together and make it happen. So I think we can do the same here. So
or we can
Let's
build
come
the
together.
big
Yeah.
names here.
People
That's
from Rhode
what I
Island.
was
That's
going
right.
to say.
Build
We don't
them
have
up.
to attract anybody
No.
here.
We can build them from scratch.
Absolutely
That's it.
don't. We've got them here. And,
Do.
you know, you mentioned David, you mentioned Yolanda. They don't serve only people in Massachusetts.
correct.
They have
Right.
been serving people all around the world for many, many years.
Right.
So, you know, keep it here. Like, keep that money coming into this state.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would
Which is why I just want to mention that when it comes to the Boston Fashion Awards, some people, we always hear it every single year. Well, you missed this person, you missed that person. We try to get everybody we can.
Right.
And you're not just, if you're just in a certain realm or a certain subdivision of fashion in this industry, local industry, you're probably not aware of all the others that are in the industry. And that's why we have our event. We want people that have never met each other before to come and meet other people, learn about other styles, ethnicity, ethnic designs, things like that. It'll only benefit you. It'll only benefit you, give you maybe some ideas, some nice collaborations, whatever. But usually a lot of positivity comes out from events like ours, yours and ours.
Right.
Okay, where people can meet each other and say, hey, I didn't know who you existed, or I overheard about you, but I never met you before, or seen your stuff online. There's nothing better than meeting somebody in person. I mean, yeah, the internet's great and everything, but when you meet somebody in person, you can have a one-on-one connection, an actual connection. It means a lot more.
And be patient.
Yes. That patience is definitely
the virtue. Sometimes, you come into this industry and, you have a big ego and it doesn't serve you.
Speaking of ego, I think it's very important that we sometimes check your own ego. I'm speaking from experience, because I feel like when we first launched the Boston Fashion Icon, I reached out to Michael. Michael is sitting across from me now today, the owner of Boston Fashion Award, because I felt like it was my duty as an upcoming creator to reach out to someone who has been doing it for years and get his blessing for the Boston Fashion Icon. Because I felt like I don't want to do something that would be disrespectful towards the work that he has put into throughout the years, right? So when I reached out to Mike and shared the vision with Mike and tell him the idea, one thing I love about Mike embraced me right away.
Yes.
And he was more like a mentor. He told me, Vava, whatever you need to make this successful, let me know. I got you. I'll do whatever I can do to make sure your event is a great event. So Mike,
a true
I want to say thank
icon.
you.
Thank you very much.
For
true icon.
giving me the blessing.
I've been at it for a while, yeah.
So
a lot of people don't understand. They don't want to do their homework. Okay, when I started doing it, people were like, why is he doing it?
Yeah.
And they didn't know my background in fashion photography and a lot of the stuff I'd done.
Yeah.
But mostly, I'm very well versed in being a show producer. Okay, and you have to look at it, and now what it takes to put on an event.
Absolutely.
Even on a smaller scale, it's very difficult. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of people to deal with, a lot of vendors to deal with. Yeah. It can be very overwhelming.
Entitlement.
Oh yes, you got a lot of things to deal with. Models, designers, stylists, music, entertainment. Yeah, ticket sales. So there's a lot of stuff you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun if you make it fun, of course, because you're working with the people that you're working with, and that's just what makes it pure gold. The difference is it becomes a lot of work, and without anything, you got to work for something. So it's like you got to start, somewhere.
So we wanted to make it a situation where people would understand that we're trying to bring people together, and it's not about profit, because I don't make any money. Nobody on our side makes any money.
I remember you told me that.
Oh, it's yeah, and I'm sure you can understand yourself how much it costs to put on something like this.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not about the money. It's not. It's never been. We've never been thinking about money and making money. The amount of money that we do make doesn't even come close to the actual production costs.
Not close.
And then most of the tickets are given away for free.
That's right.
Because we have so many people in the mix. You've got the nominees, you've got the vendors, you got the models, stylists, performers, crew, everybody that's involved in the event is invited.
Right.
Okay, we're not trying to say, oh, you got to go sell 5 tickets in order to attend. Right. No, we don't do that.
do a little things different than most people do.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And
because it's about
try
our
to
community.
be that way and stay that way, because we're not trying to make it more harder for anyone to stay here. We want to make it as, smooth and, accessible to come in here, like we were touching base with Elizabeth. We want people to stay here. Why would we want to be a big
and
event?
Accessibility is huge in this, and that's something you guys have done really, really well. And I want to commend you for that, because there's so many things that are going on that are just cost prohibitive for so many people. And a lot of our creatives are they're not rolling in dough, you
No.
know?
No, definitely not.
They need the mentorship. They need the inspiration to watch other people succeed. It means so much, and it might just be what somebody needs to keep going, or
Right.
what somebody needs to stay in Boston.
Well, you're gonna have to make a slogan out of that because that's so
It's
good.
okay if people leave the city and become famous. That's okay because they still started here. A lot of
Right.
them.
Absolutely.
It's just like Broadway plays in New York. A lot of them come through Boston first before they go to New York and become famous. But at least they started here.
Right.
They started their journey.
Do you
right
see
here.
what I was talking about beforehand, where they graduate from somewhere and
Yeah, I do.
they came to school here and then they don't stay because they're like, oh, I just want to be the biggest and the better and the da-da-da-da-da.
There you go. So for the ones that do stay, Vava, you
Yes.
decided to honor them all at the Boston Fashion Icons.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of them right there. That was from this past year. And I know I'm not in there because I went off and did something, but that's okay. I missed the team picture. That's okay though.
Well, I shouldn't be in that picture though.
Well, that's okay. You should be. You basically brainchild.
Well, I'm not an icon yet, so
Okay, you
The
brainstormed
color
the whole thing.
coordination
right,
was God given because that was not planned.
right.
That looks good. So we got Robert Paris in there. One of our favorites, Angela.
Yeah.
She's smiling. Yolanda.
Landa,
Oh,
All of them
yeah, well,
actually.
they're all pretty cool.
Elsa.
Yeah, I mean, you look fantastic. Let's take a look at some of the scenes in there. Okay, there's Elizabeth.
This is the crew.
These are your two hosts, right?
Right,
Yes.
that's what it
Right.
was.
Okay, and
Racine Elizabeth.
okay, there's Elizabeth and Robert.
Robert.
And
Okay,
there's
there you are in
Racine
the background there.
And Vava in the
Vava's
background.
looking on.
Racine was the other host.
Oh, this is a good shot.
I love the gold. Look the gold.
Ooh,
I was
Who
focused.
does that look like?
I was like, I want to know what they're saying.
Yes, you were paying attention, weren't you? I like that.
Robert was the only one paying attention.
Robert was the only one.
Yeah,
paying-
he's the one that got the nice shot, the money shot.
Yeah, I
look
guess so.
at David smiling.
And that's David Joseph in there, who we alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
And Yolanda there. Okay, there's a better.
Elsa.
Yeah, Elsa and is that
Donna.
Donna.
Susan.
yeah, Donna. I'm thinking the woman next to her.
The Aspiring
Cynthia.
magazine.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was trying to think of.
Cynthia.
Cynthia Hudson.
Hudson.
Cynthia Hudson. Okay, thank you. And this was your looks for that night for your
That's right.
your red carpet. I mean your runway. And
White line.
you mentioned earlier something about white.
Right.
So I'm just wondering, is white your favorite color to design? I mean, to
No,
make
there's a
design?
story behind
I mean,
that.
I love white. That night, I really wanted to honor Yolanda.
Oh, okay. So that
That's why the white came about, because I felt like she was the lifetime achievement winner. I mean, not winner, honorary for the night. So I wanted to create something that's honor her legacy and things that she has done throughout the years in Boston, and which is white. She loves white, so I wanted to honor her for that night.
that's right. She always wears white.
She sleeps
even
white.
in the winter. Even in the
Sleeps
winter.
in it and she wakes up. I know she does.
Her carpets are white.
Right, everything. At one of her
Everything.
recent parties.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm gonna have to see what's going on. But I see your crew here, Elizabeth. Are these some people that are in school, or they just graduated, or
That's our community. Those are community members that are part of Boston Beauty Coalition. This really is, it's not me, it is a community. And so these are the people, that was our second year anniversary event. And these are members, these are people who are looking into becoming members. But this is the creative community.
yes?
Excellent. So how long have you been doing Boston Beauty Coalition?
2.5 years at this
2.5
point.
years,
Yeah,
okay.
it started off as just I'm a business coach, and I was in the area, and my first couple of clients when I returned to Boston were in the beauty and fashion space, and I was like, oh, you just need to do this and this and this and go out and do that. And they came back and they were like, yeah, we can't find that. I was like, oh, I'll just help you. I'll just find it for you. And then I was like, oh, wait, there's not anything here for
Right.
y'all. And that's wrong. That ain't right.
So that grew into a lot of different connections for you, right?
So my question was, geez, if something was here that would bring everybody together, would you be interested? And they were like, oh, great, you're starting this? That's fantastic. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm starting this. So that's how it began, honestly. There was a need. I highlighted it, and everybody was like, yes, you must do this. And I know business. I don't necessarily know fashion and beauty. So I just bring people together. And honestly, from the get-go, people are just attracted to it, and they're here. They're here for it. They're looking for it, and they're building it. This is their community. So.
Well, you may not have noted fashion coming into it, but I'm sure you're well versed in it now.
I'm learning. I'm
learning.
a quick
Okay.
study.
Well, actually, we're all still learning,
Hey,
right?
that's what I was about to say.
We're all still learning.
I'm in good hands.
You got a personal stylist.
I got a personal designer.
Designer.
Yeah, that's even better, right?
Like,
Stylist, designer together, business partner.
That's right.
Hey, I need
Hey.
something for next week's engagement. What can you whip up for me?
there's that, and then his wife is always very good at helping out too. So
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very
Very good.
stylish.
So it's an exciting business to be in, isn't it?
it's so much
The best
fun.
thing about it is the
So much.
creativity. Especially every year
agree.
we have to go through so many different accounts, social media accounts and things like that. And the stuff we see that, it's like, whoa, look at what this person's doing, what that person's doing.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to see such talent being expressive and vibrant. In our city, okay? In
I
our
love when
city.
he talks about something like this because it puts a fire under my belt.
right.
So, one thing I do appreciate being a Michael's mentee is that he gives me free range. And that's one thing that you can see in the creative world. There's so much range that you can play around with. And when you have somebody that's willing to believe in your vision and trust in what you have to do or, what you're moving along with, that's what one of the things that Nouveau Networking fired in me, moving along. We're moving along. We're not continuing the stigma that's here or, we're wanting to break barriers. We're here to break the boundaries that people instilled here and continue to, advocate for, but we're not owning that anymore. We're owning something new and bringing something different, whether that's, because I advocate for young professionals because I was once upon a time I'm still a young professional. It's just to the point where, we have other individuals saying, where can we find that? And I agree. I was once upon a time didn't have that.
Right.
So now, people come to me and they want to understand, how do I get into something like this?
Sure.
Well, work on yourself.
That's
That's where you start.
Yeah.
See what you like, see what you want to do. Who do you want to speak to? If you want to speak to me, fine. If I'm not able to give you the type of services, I can show you who can.
That's right.
There you
I
go.
can show you who can. These people are here for you.
Right.
And, what we touched base about, moving somewhere else and, not building here. We do have to wrap it up, but, continue to build yourself here. Beauty Coalition, Boston Beauty Coalition is here for you. Vava Zadi is here for you. We want to be able to see you on May 18th because they have
we
the,
got something going on May 18th. Tell us about this real quick.
Go ahead.
May 18 is event that we put together for the winner of last year, Icons. Basically, it's a red carpet within the red carpets.
So all the fashion icons from last year are going to be there.
Okay.
They will be there to share their story, to share the truths, and
Yes.
basically the audience to get to know them more. So
Well,
That's great.
That's awesome because
I like the way the fact that you're doing like a follow up.
Yes.
We kind of do something similar because we don't want to give out the award. We can't really give out the awards the night of our event.
Yeah.
So we invite people to come on the show, or we meet them at their location of work or whatever to give them their award and interview them, so they can tell more about what it was like to not only get the award but what led up to it.
right.
What did you do that set you apart for that particular year? And it's always a good thing for letting people come and tell their story.
Absolutely.
It helps them. It helps everybody.
It's very
it's very educational
substantial,
sometimes.
educational, substantial, because like Michael said, that word that he said, follow up.
Right.
I believe, not only going and being the leading nominee for BFA, Boston Fashion Awards, we want to be, like Michael said, we want to be able to tell your stories,
Right.
your background. Why did you get into the industry? Did you fall in the industry? Who did you speak to? Who helped you? All those things matter.
Absolutely.
And,
They do.
now that you're being able to extend you started off with the OGs. Now you're just bringing in the minions. Perfect.
Can't wait to see
I love
the
it.
next. Can't wait to see the next class that graduates.
Yes.
So don't forget to check out May 18th, and then the fashion event on 007 on June 8th is another one. So you can go to your website and find that, or Facebook and Instagram, I'm assuming.
That's right. Vava
Boston Beauty Coalition, Vava Zadi. And we'll be there too on the 18th.
Can't wait.
Nice. Very good. So thank you very much, guys, for coming through. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And, hopefully we will all have a great year in 2025.
It will be a great year.
It is a great year.
Positivity, right, guys?
That's right. That's right.
There we go. Positivity.
Thank you so much
All right.
for having us.
Thank you very much for coming in. All right, folks. We'll see you hopefully next week. Take it easy. Good night.
Good night.